kids, hope you're having a great day today. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I've been ready for my day today. So this last week was just a little bit different. Greg was home for a few days, and so we did the beach one day, and then we did shopping one day, and so then it was like rainy and dreary, and the kids had things to go to, and I'm trying to get that line of making too much, making too little. So for a while I was making too much, and then lately I feel like I'm making too little, where last night I was like, oh, I need to make some more food here. So learning that fine line of like going from large family to like very small. So it's good, getting there, figuring it out. But today, after all the groceries and everything I've got, I'm like, okay, I've got a list. I know who's gonna be here tonight, so I'm like, why don't we just make some food? It'll be an amazing day today. So I'm gonna make a few different things that I have had. I wrote a big giant list, not big giant, a monthly list of just different foods that I'm like, you know what, we can have this. And it was from stuff that I had in my freezer, and we've had it before. I'm like, we're gonna do something a little bit different. We'll do some fun, same things as well this month, but we'll do a few different things as well. So you ready for an amazing day? I'm ready for an amazing day. All right, let's go. Okay, first things first, I went to my freezer and I've got a lot of stuff out here. What I'm gonna do is I have this next few days, I've got some kids here, some kids not here. And so for me, I'm like, I can eat my little chicken bite grab and go muffin cup thingies. I can make like something simple that I would enjoy eating, and I'm like, I just want to make sure that there's something for Greg when he comes home. And so he loves, like, you know, he has a few staples that he enjoys eating. And so when I did all my freezer meals, I made guamkis. I made the stuffed cabbage. I still have 2 things of stuffed cabbage, and so we went shopping. I was like, I just picked up a few things of sauerkraut, and I'm like, I can make stuffed cabbage. And the only difference is that we usually put in Italian sausage. I didn't have any of that. I didn't purchase any, but I do have a very little bit of regular sausage here. So I'm like, you know what? This will be it. I'll eat this too. I don't mind this one. It's good. I'm like, there's stuffed cabbage. It's basically hamburger, rice, egg, hold it together, salt and pepper, wrapped in cabbage. That's it. And then you put sauerkraut on it. It's a weird combination, but it's very good. So I'm gonna put that in my slow cooker and let that cook all day. I'll make cucumber salad with it, because that's what he eats with it, and that'll be easy. That'll like take care of meals for like the next little while for him, where I don't have to worry about it. Where like I'm gonna do chimichangas tonight for the kids. Chimichangas, my version, like the cookbook version, so it's not probably authentic, but the version that we like. And so I thought, I know he'll eat that, but I'm like, he likes this better. The kids don't like this. Not a single child. I think maybe Brooklyn would eat it. She may, but she's like adulting, and so she's not really here eating that much anyways. And so I'm like, it'll be him and myself who likes it. So this is the easiest, dump and go. So all I'm gonna do is put this inside my slow cooker. I probably could just do one, and then I know that it would last, like kids, you could eat a couple rolls for sure, you know, at a meal. So this way, if I've got a couple of them, then it's gonna be meals that I use up. So what I'll do, let me do this. This is kielbasa, which will be amazing. Let me go get my jars of sauerkraut. So all you do is dump your sauerkraut in here. I just get the jars because they're cheap and convenient. We used to do the bag stuff, but that's like a little bit more nowadays, where this is still pretty cheap. I know you can make your own. We've done that too. I just don't have all the right exact tools to do it. You want to make sure. I did it. It was in the mountains. Probably. I'm trying to think where I did that. I probably was in the mountains. That's when I was vlogging, right? Basically, you have to take your cabbage, you shred it real fine, salt it, and put it in a jar, but you got to make sure that it's below the level of the jar. So you have to have something that pushes down on it. So if you don't have something that pushes down consistently, it's going to get bad. So look at this, will be a full crock pot. Yeah, and these are so good. This is like perfect, because this is a no-brainer. Loved and well loved and yummy. And look at, that's all you got to do. So this will sit on my countertop, smell up the house. It'll be amazing. And very good. And frozen salads, so perfect. Okay, let me take this. Salt and pepper. I'm going to fill this. Pepper needs to be filled. Pepper it up. Salt it up. That's it. Put it over here and let it do its thing. Smell that sauerkraut. Anybody else will like sauerkraut? I do. All right, something on my list to do. We have a lot of yogurt. Remember I made the yogurt and the kids were eating it up like crazy. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. And then it came to a halt the last time I made a double batch. So I'm like, ugh, it's okay. But yogurt is one of those things you can, when you make it homemade, you can leave in the refrigerator for a long time. I've had it last for over 6 weeks in my refrigerator and be good. So, and that was about the extent that we never had. Not that it went moldy, it's just that it didn't last anymore. So what we make for ours is strawberry sauce, and the kids like that. So I have strawberries here. This is when we went to the discount store and got strawberries. Most of this guy got eaten. We got them real cheap, so I had to buy some more. So I got this thing. I feel like that might be a lot right there. So I'm gonna put this in here. And then just add some sugar to it, grind it up. I might have to add some water because they're frozen. And then we'll have strawberry sauce for the smoothie. So what I'll probably do, because this will encourage, yeah, sugar. I know it seems like a lot, but you need to add sugar for flavor, for sweetness. And then what I'll do is put some yogurt in there at the end and get the remainder of it. Do I have bananas? Hopefully I have a banana. And make them like a smoothie for breakfast. And that way it'll get the flow going of yogurt. So you've got a huge container of strawberry sauce, and this will go great as a topping for the yogurt. So I'm going to put, kind of get this into 2 jars because it's kind of thick. I'll just have to help this doesn't splatter. And then I'll leave the remainder in here, and we'll put a jar of yogurt. And I'll see if I got some bananas in the freezer. Well, I just felt one, maybe I'll just do one. We'll do a little bit more. All right, so I've got a little piece of banana here. I've got this stuff right here. This will go into the refrigerator. I've got this yogurt. This will go in. See, this is amazing. Where's my spatula? This stuff is just good, homemade. Look how thick this is. Look at that. That is nice, thick yogurt. I didn't even strain it. I don't do anything to it. It's perfect. This is some good stuff. I think just make it, let it sit longer. Okay, look at that. We'll have a whole jar gone. And then we have a little bit, let me get dark because the window, a little bit of banana, just like one little piece. I will turn this on when the kids are ready for this pineapple a little bit. They're kind of like, they don't really eat right away when they wake up. So a little slow in the morning, that's okay. It is summer. Okay, so that's just gonna sit. I'm gonna try to shove that banana in there. This will mix up when they are ready for breakfast. Let me put these in the refrigerator. All right, so I need encouragement to eat some yogurt. So I've got some breakfast here. I also have some sausage. I'm gonna fry up and do sausage patties, and then they can make eggs for breakfast. And so this can be the smoothie, the sausage, and you can mix them, because everybody likes their eggs different. Not everybody loves scrambled eggs. They're getting to, you know, they're teenagers. They wanna have food the way they wanna have it. So I don't mind doing that at all. So I'm gonna get out my pan over here. Let's bring it over here. And we'll get out the pan, and then we'll make some patties and fry it over here on the stove. This is sausage, breakfast sausage, and ground turkey. And so it just makes a little bit flavorful patty. It doesn't make it taste like sausage too much. You know what I mean? I mean, it does, but it doesn't taste, it, what's the word? The harshness of it, I guess? I don't know. You know when you go to McDonald's, you get the patties? They're different. They're not the same as like breakfast sausage. And so it's because they're adding other things into it. And one of the things you can add is ground turkey, and then you go, oh, that's a good flavor. So that is something they will eat. So I'm just gonna make a few little patties here, fry them. Doesn't have to be perfect. Can you get all of them in a pan, I hope? All right, I think we are good. Okay, well that's fine. I'm gonna get and make more sugar syrup. This is for coffee. This is for like an afternoon coffee, just to have. We make it, somebody asked me to do it in my slushy machine. You said you got a slushy machine, you want to see how I made it. I will be making that today. So let me just add this. So you can buy a sugar syrup at the store. They're like, I would have, you know what, I don't even know how much they are. I buy them at the discount store. You can make it for real cheap. So make a sugar syrup. If you do 1 cup of sugar, you do 1 cup of water. So I like brown sugar. Regular sugar's fine too. It just gives it, the ice caps that I like, they have a little bit of a mapley flavor is what I'm reminded of. So for me, the brown sugar works good for that. So I'm gonna add 2 cups of sugar here. I know it seems like so much. So I'm just gonna do 1 container. Yeah, I'm thinking out loud. I'm gonna do 2 cups here. 1 cup of sugar. 1 cup of water. 1 cup of water. 1 cup of sugar. 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 1 cup of water. 1 cup of sugar And this is simple. You just let this come to a boil on the stove. That's it. It's very easy. All right, what I'm gonna do next is something, hold on, this is boiling away. Okay, something, when we went shopping, remember I was telling Greg, he's like, you're gonna make apple or cherry pie? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna make key lime pie. And he's like, what? This is gonna be one of those things okay, I had a slice of key lime pie. We live in Florida. Key lime pie is all the rage here. It's famous for key lime pie, especially down in the Keys, which we're gonna go to this fall as long as there's no massive hurricane coming to our area. We will see. But I've had it, I don't even know. I got some at Aldi one time, didn't really care for it. We went out to eat, I think for Brooklyn's birthday, and I think I got a slice of it, but we were so full, I took it home. And then like, it kind of sat, and then it's like I ate a little bit the next day, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, you know what, I am gonna make an authentic, in my head, authentic Florida key lime pie. There are two different kinds. There's ones where they do like a graham cracker crust, and then they do whipping cream and do like that on top. And then there's one that they do meringue on it, and I've never made a meringue covered pie ever in my life. So I thought, you know what, let's stretch our abilities here and do it. So the key is, I know no one's gonna like it. I feel like I'm gonna say, everybody try a piece. Everybody has some, so at least you try it. But I think they're gonna be like, so you know what I know they'll eat? I know that they're gonna eat a chocolate pie. They love a chocolate pie. That will be a winner. That's a no-brainer. So I'm thinking I'll try one of the key limes today. And so I'll do one, just a small one. We'll do a regular pie, which is small. I will do that with the graham cracker crust today, and then do it with the whipping cream. I won't do the meringue topping, just if we don't like the other time, then I won't even waste my time with that. But I'm like, let me do a chocolate pie as well. So I did the pie crust. I was gonna do that, but I opened my freezer. I'm trying to gather fragments and new things. I have those ground up cookies right here. So I'm like, why don't I do a chocolate crust, put it in a 9x13 pan, and then I'll do, because I don't have a pie plate, because, you know, I don't. I'll probably have to get some because we are smaller sized and we will eat those. So I'm gonna note to self, buy some pie plates. They're like $2. They're $1 at the dollar. I think, does Dollar Store have them? They're not very much, but anyways, I will do that, and I'll do my key lime pie in, you know, a casserole dish. So it'll work. So right here, I have 3 cups of cookie crumbs. I've looked up a bunch of different recipes. I just wanna make sure it doesn't burn. And so I think if I add a little bit of sugar to this and melted butter, stir it together, we should be good to go, and just pat it in the pan and bake it. So I think that will work for what I need to do. This, a couple of recipes. Some didn't say sugar, but this was kind of the plain, cheaper cookies, so I don't think they're gonna be as good. So I'm gonna add at least, I'll do 4 tablespoons of sugar there. Let's check this first. Okay, so let's stir this together and we'll pat it in a pan. All right, mixing that up. I am using margarine. Margarine is more watery, so remember that. And the recipe had me have 12, I doubled it, so I did 3 cups of cookie and 12 tablespoons of the margarine. I should have stopped 9 of that last little bit because it made it a little bit more gooey. So that's okay. So now for the graham cracker one, I will be more cautious. So I'm gonna look that up. So we'll see, we'll bake it. Hopefully it'll get good. I need to find me a key lime authentic. That one's got some, the one with the meringue looks like it has a pie crust. So let me look up key lime pie with graham crust. Okay. Whose are we gonna choose? I just don't know. Oh, you know who's got one? Oh, hold on. All right, so I probably made the mistake of looking up Sally's Baking Addiction. She has got amazing recipes on her site. Usually always tried and true and good. Okay, so she had a graham cracker macadamian crust, and I was like, what? I'm sure that's not authentic, but I feel like that, I'm all about enhancing. Like, yeah, like people say key lime pie is amazing, but I'm sure people soup up the version, and there's a reason why, right? I don't know, so I'm thinking, in my head, I don't have macadamia nuts, but I do have cashews. Cashews are delicious. So I'm gonna follow her recipe for, yeah, I'm gonna do hers. I feel like that's gonna work. So I'm gonna put in here 12 full sheet, or no, she's at 11, full sheet graham crackers. How many is in this slate? 1, 2, 3. Why is there literally 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's 9. That's, I understand it's about measuring, so I'm gonna put 9. That's so funny. I was like, ooh, you see her recipes and you're like, you know it's gonna be good. Okay, so let's do, I'll put 1 extra. You know why? Because I'm using margarine. I know, no judgment. Okay, so then she put in half a cup of macadamia nuts. I have got cashews raw. Yeah, I'll use that. So I'm gonna do half a cup of these in there. I feel like that. I can't just do half a cup. Do a half a cup. 3/4 cup. Don't do. Okay. I feel like that is gonna be awesome. And then she put some sugar. Let me make sure my stuff doesn't boil over. She did a couple tablespoons of sugar. So let's do 1, 2. Okay. Let's grind this up and then we'll add the, or can we just do everything at once? We can do everything at once, can't we? Like I would say put everything together. Actually, no, do the butter here. Okay, let's grind this up. Oh. It's the worst when your blade wasn't in and you added your ingredients. Okay, let's do it again. I'm sure it's going to be, she even said it was okay if you have some pieces. I guess I would mix everything in the food processor, but she does have you putting it in a bowl with the butter. And that is okay because you know what? She's more the expert than I would be. Okay, let's add, I feel like this is going to be good with the nuts. Let's add the butter. For a tip, just put your whole butter stick in there and it'll melt and you won't have to have it explode everywhere. So let's stir this together. It's gonna work, right? Yeah, my first one should have been more like this, way less. I'll have to see how it cooks. Hopefully it will, because you want to have more crumbs. The mix should be thick, coarse, and sandy. Try to smash it and break it up. Okay, and then we're gonna push it down the crust. I think this is gonna be great. I should have used way less butter for the other one. What's the worst? The worst, I could grind up some more graham crackers and kind of put it absorb in the butter and just put it on top. I could do that, right? Let me check that in a minute, see how it is. Okay, this is gonna be amazing. I'm already feeling it. Okay, it's just basically crumbly, so is it, I mean, it's gonna be delicious, right? Okay, the beautiful thing is, I'm no expert at making pie crust from graham crackers, but so the chocolate one obviously added too much. It's going to be a little harder. This one is real fragile. Like even pushing it in the sides, it doesn't even want to go on the sides. It's just, so will that make a better crust? So when you know, cut into it, it kind of falls apart. Obviously getting the perfect crust would be the key. So this just said to push it with a glass. I think the casserole dish is going to work just fine. Push it down. The cookie one, we'll just have to see. I think if you just kind of push it, and that's what I'm doing, is kind of pushing the glass on the side. These were our first espresso cups because I couldn't find any mugs anywhere. So Brooke was out shopping and she got me these. I'm like, you need like little like glass dishes, and so they got these. I'm like, oh, I can use them for measuring. We have the flamingo ones now. Okay, I think this is gonna work. Okay, so I'm just gonna push this real careful. Let me do this and I'll bake in the oven. Chocolate, big mistake. Totally did that wrong. Totally did not do good with it. Too much butter, made it burny. So I just threw it away. Threw it away, and that's okay. I threw away cracker crumbs, cookie crumbs. I threw away 2 sticks of butter, a little bit of sugar, and that's okay. Better than ruining the entire thing. So I'm just gonna get out the old Stay and Buy Faithful that I bought to make the chocolate pie and the deep dish pie crust. And I'm laughing, looking, I'm like, in my head, I pictured like a really deep dish pie crust, like a deep one. So I could have just got pie tins and made my own pie with the pie crust that I bought. So it's okay. We don't do a lot of pies. Like we're not a big pie family. So, but like I said, I'm gonna be adding that to my list. We can now just eat a smaller one, which would be great. So yeah, that was okay. And then you know what? I'm okay with that. You're gonna have some fails in life, and you know what? You're gonna make stuff and go, ooh. I had it in there, and then it was also on my high bake because I was like, let it cook faster. No, just basically scorch the butter. It's okay, it's okay. So this will go in the oven with the graham cracker one will be much better, much better. Okay, let me pick up my mess here and then we'll see what we're gonna start in next. All right, well, those are baking in the oven. Keep it simple, Amy. Sometimes gathering your fragments, you gotta make sure you do the right thing, and if not, that's okay. It's a little mess up here. So I'm gonna make the filling for the chocolate pie, and this is just homemade pudding. Very simple. We made this last week. Didn't I just have homemade pudding? I did, and everybody loved it. They love it. It got eaten up. So 1 1/3 cup of sugar into your pie you go. And then you're gonna add in 2/3 cup of cocoa powder, which cocoa powder is a lot of cashola now. So we'll measure this in here, and then we'll do 1/3 cup of cornstarch and a little pinch of salt, and then we'll add 4 1/2 cups of milk. It says literally 8 minutes, so I'm not gonna cook it right now. Perfect. We're doing multiple things here. We're getting this one done. The pie crust has got to go back in the oven with the filling, because I was like, oh, maybe I'll do the back of the lime juice. It has their recipe for the stuff, but I realized you had to bake it. I was like, oh, that's not good. So then I started looking up online. I'm like, oh, you do have to bake it. So that's why you only do it for 8 minutes. I'm glad I didn't go much longer. Okay, this is good. This is nice and thick. I'm going to shut this off. Get this stick here for just a minute. All right, that's it. What you're gonna do is add, I'm gonna wash this. And here you just stir in butter and vanilla, which is on this side here. And then we gotta go back over there and get the key lime made up, because I gotta put it back in the oven. So put a little bit of vanilla and 2 tablespoons of butter. When the pie crust comes out, it'll cool for a minute, and I'll add this in there. So this can just sit on the stove while it's kind of cooling. Okay, then we're gonna get over there and get this done. Let me check my pie crust. Good, right there. Okay, we'll let this sit. So tiny. I'm like, the back of the lime juice, it has a smaller version than I was looking up Sally's, and hers is a little bit bigger. So do I do her bigger one? I just don't know. Do you waste all that, or you have mostly graham cracker crust? I don't know. So I'm gonna mix up, okay, I just gotta make sure that's melted. Is that all? It's not lumpy, is it? Let me stir this here. It's delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna look at their recipe on the back here and try theirs. They say 9-inch pie shell, so I feel like it should be okay. I'm just thinking, yeah, because it's less. It's only 1 can of evaporated or condensed milk, where Sally's is 2 cans. I don't mind doing 2. I just feel in my head they're not gonna love it. So why make a whole lot of that? You know what I mean? Okay, so let's pour this into here, and then we gotta do some egg yolks. Getting creative here. All my spatulas, I usually wash all my dishes. I haven't washed anything out today. That sweetened condensed milk, I'm sure you can completely make that yourself. I know you can. Next time I find if anybody likes this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let's pour the ingredients in here. Hold on. Okay, looking at Sally's, hers is exactly double of what this is. They actually use 1 more egg yolk. Okay, so we add in a can of sweetened condensed milk, which I did. We're gonna add 3 egg yolks, and then a 1/2 cup of this, and stir it in. All right, I decided to go with the Sally recipe. I was like looking at the amount I made, and I'm like looking at the crust. I'm like, the crust is based off of Sally's. It looks a lot bigger. Like, what's it gonna hurt? It's like 1 more can of milk. It's 1 more cup of this. I won't use this for anything but my key lime pie, you know, makes. And I've got another, I can make my next batch here if this works and everybody likes it. So hers was just 1 more egg yolk. So it was 4 egg yolks, 2 cans of full fat sweetened condensed milk, and a cup of key lime juice. Okay. Okay, pour this in the crust. We're gonna bake this. That's good. Hey Google, send me Yeah, it's always good. You can overfill your chocolate pie as much as you can. So I'm gonna put a piece of plastic wrap over top to avoid it spilling over. So awesome, I'm feeling great. I'm like, I got 2 pies done. This is a great thing. I'm excited for the key lime. I feel like, I understand it's gonna be more limey and more soury, but I feel like it's just gonna be a good mixture. So let's just cover this. I'll have to put it like on a, what's that thing called? A pizza pan? And a raisin bean, because it's so full. I don't wanna like drop it when I, carry it to the refrigerator here. So let's do that and we'll refrigerate these for dessert. All right, so pie crust is almost, or pie crust, the key lime pie is almost done in the oven. So what I'm gonna do is get started on dinner. I'm not gonna make it just yet. I'm gonna do like a baked chimichangas. And so following a recipe that I found, we used to make it a long time ago. It's been a while, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get a little creative as always. And then we'll bake it when it gets closer to dinner. I'm just gonna make it now, and the reason why, this is why Amy makes her food early. Because when I'm done filming, kids come down here and they're like all day long down here, so it's louder, it's noisier, and then I go do their school with them. They're here, they're doing their thing, and then I go upstairs and edit for a little bit. So when it gets close to dinner time, I'm editing a video because it takes a couple hours. Sometimes I can do quick, sometimes it's an hour, but sometimes, like the other day, I think I said I'll be done in an hour. No, it was like 2 hours. So it just takes time. So and I have to run tonight. They have classes, so I'll be gone this evening, so I don't want to like spend all my time working. Do you know what I mean? So this is why I get this done. So I'm gonna make some Mexican rice that we make. It's not Mexican, it's the way we make it, and baked chimichangas. So I think I'll get it all done, roll them up, put them in the pan, and then we'll bake them in the oven when it gets closer. We'll put cheese on top. Do I put cheese in it? I do have to shred, oh, actually, I think, no, I'm thinking out loud. I bought all that cheese, I was gonna shred it, but I don't think I have to today. So that would be great. So, okay, let's do this. So in here, well, how we're gonna make this? Chicken. I have shredded chicken. So I'm gonna take shredded chicken into my pan right here. And then into this, it adds 1 cup of salsa. Nothing is exact. So I'm gonna use up this little bit here that I have. This we took to the beach. So I have a little bit in here. Do I have more in the refrigerator? I have to go look and see. So I'm gonna open another jar and get a little bit more. Okay. I always do too much, just do enough. Enough, that's it. Okay, and then you do chop up an onion. I'm gonna use this right here because I don't feel like chopping an onion. Yep, minced onion. And then you add in there cumin and oregano. So I have cumin all by itself. I don't have oregano by itself. I just don't. I buy Italian seasoning. So that is what we're gonna use. And then what I'm gonna do is add, I was actually gonna add jalapenos to this, but that's actually in the sauce. Okay, even better. So basically you're gonna heat this up on the stove, and you want to kind of evaporate the liquid out of it. Can I just carry you? Let's get you over here. Basically, you're just going to get the salsa out of it so it doesn't make it all, gummy and stuff. So this is going to go here. We'll turn it on. It shouldn't be too bad because I probably could add more salsa actually as I'm looking at it. Yeah, mine's really not that watery. Okay, let me go a little bit more. It's been a while since I made this. I'm like, I probably could just skip this whole step right here. I was following the cookbook, so let me heat this up here, and then we'll go from there. I should totally skip that step, but in my head, I'm like, maybe I should follow the recipe. It'll be good. No, I don't even need to, but I realized that this is from a Mennonite cookbook, and their recipes, they probably would make their own salsa. So I know when you make your own homemade salsa, it is a lot more watery. You know what I mean? So I think that's the case. Okay, so what we're gonna do, because I'm gonna do my little bit, we don't want them squishy. I remember getting a HelloFresh meal, and they basically did the same kind of filling with beef, which I'm gonna do in a minute, and then rolled it up and then baked it so it got crisp. What do they call it? Flautas? F-L-A-U-T-A-S, flautas? I don't even know how to pronounce it. And so I'm thinking, why don't I do something like that? When it's almost done, we'll add because you put like a little gravy mixture over top of it. So I'm thinking so, but I'm not gonna make too much. We're just making small. So I'm gonna do, okay, there's more. I'm gonna do enough. I'm gonna do 1 chicken and then put Jensen's cheese in it, roll it up and put that in his little individual pan. The rest I'll do 1 for everybody and put it in a white one over here. I put some oil in it. Then I'm gonna go, I've got some, what do I have? Taco meat. I'm gonna put a little bit of that with salsa and mix it up and do the same thing and do some with beef. winner. And I feel like it'll be good. We'll see. Those are almost done. I gotta admit, let me get this out of the oven real quick because I do not want this to ruin. Okay, this says until it's not jiggly. Obviously it's all shaking. I feel like that's good. I wish, can you do a temperature in the middle? I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, I did an extra 5 minutes on top of that just to be cautious, so let this sit here.
No problem. Consider the timer canceled.
Yay, so I feel like that's gonna be good. I'm excited for that. I think it's one of those things where if you don't expect it to taste like chocolate, it'll be just fine. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, let's start making a couple of these. We'll put them in pans. Okay, this is great. So this, I just put a little bit of oil and I kind of rubbed down. Could have used a brush, just use my hand. So I'm gonna bake this at 425 later. I'll throw it in the oven for 15 minutes, and just till it's brown. So we'll do that, and then I'm gonna make the gravy mixture. Yes, let's do the gravy mixture. I was just thinking, you know what? Let's just put it all together, and then we'll turn it on when it gets closer. Same thing with the rice. I'm gonna almost make it, and then when it gets closer to dinner, because it's early, it's only 10:30 right now, but come dinner time, when life gets a little busy, like 3, I'll hurry up and throw it in the oven while I'm working, and then I'll just be able to throw it together and we'll have the baked chimichangas. I think that's gonna work great. So these are gonna go in the refrigerator till dinner. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get my rice mixture ready. We will not bake it until later. I think I'm just gonna do 1 cup of rice. It's so small. 2 cups is always 1.5. Let's do a happy medium. 1.5. I'll make myself a note on the refrigerator to add in 3 cups of water. Chicken bouillon. Or tomato chicken bouillon. This is what we used to eat at the Mexican restaurant. That is what they added. So done with this. I don't know if the lid is. I gotta find. Okay, that's gonna be that dish. The next is gonna be let's see, what are we doing here? Saucepan. Heat the broth, bouillon, and pepper until dissolve. Combine flour and milk and then stir it together to a boil. It's gonna thicken. Can you just put it all together and thicken it and use this immersion blender? Absolutely. I'm actually just gonna put all this in the pan. So it's a gravy. It's 1 cup of chicken broth, and they add 2 chicken bouillon cubes, and then it's pepper, 1/4 cup of flour with 1 cup of milk, and green chilies. I'm gonna put some jalapenos because Greg reminded me I have these and we're never gonna eat these. So that is gonna work, and then I'll just heat up the stove. I'll use my immersion blender. I wouldn't worry about chopping these because it will mix when you're using the immersion blender. It'll chop up. That is gonna work. Winner. 1 cup right there. That's gonna go on the stove when it gets closer to dinner. That's easy. Like, yay, that's gonna be dinner time. So I'm excited for that. Okay, chimichangas and rice will be done. I have to make the cucumber salad for Greg. So I gotta go to my mandolin slicer. Just gotta get all the pieces out and do that next. This is one of those kitchen tools where I never remember how to put it together, so thank goodness I saved the book. Because it's one of those things I'm like, how does this thing go? So, let me follow this to set it up. Alright, so the only thing to do, you just add salt. Sometimes you let that sit for a little bit and you add sour cream to this. Oh, this is a brand new one. It is. So food-wise, I'm done. Obviously, I have to finish it, but I don't have to worry about anything else. The kids, they eat late brunch, and I'm okay with that. I am quite okay with that. And because they're gonna have a very busy week coming up here. They have got camp and they're all working, so it's gonna be a quiet household for me. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Am I going to feed kids? It's gonna be very strange. So, gotta get all the rest that they possibly can, because I know it's gonna, it begins tonight, the busyness factor. So, I'm like, they're gonna have their smoothie, they'll have their sausage patties, they can make eggs. I'm okay with that and have a late brunch. I'll just have to heat up dinner, and then I'm just washing a pan. And like, what else do I do? I want to make a coffee for myself. I was going to do like cheese, but I don't have to because I had cheese. I was going to cut up a watermelon, didn't bother to do that. I can do those tomorrow as well because I have tomorrow, and that's okay. We have another appointment tomorrow, so it's going to kind of cut my day, but I think I'll be able to get up and get most of my filming done before I head out the door. I think we can make that happen. So this is good. Look at that. Cucumber salad. Let me get a container right here. This works. Happy to have that done. It's like getting those big jobs done in the kitchen, so you can kind of think about like schooling and that kind of stuff. Because we're at, like I said, we're at the end of the year. We're pretty much done. I think they're maybe on their last week. We missed a whole week. Why? Because we were really busy and we didn't have anything. I'm just thinking, what one week we took up the whole week because it was just like so much going on. So this week we've been, I think they're on their last few pages, which is okay, it doesn't matter. We're gonna work through the summer too, so I don't really care when they finish. But I know like they'll be busy for camp, so they won't be doing obviously anything that week. But when they come back, we'll pick that back up. So this is good. Okay, I'm just gonna smush this in here. Can I just put too much? Why not? All right, right there. Good and done for dinner, here we go. So one thing I wanted to do as well that was on my list is I bought the spray bottle to put my Norwex stuff in. So instead of putting a fancy schmancy label on here, because printer prints out black and white stickers, they cost. I'm just going to put Norwex powder and water. And this will be good to wipe off my countertops because I like using like the vinegar with the smelly things, but vinegar is not good for granite. I did not know that. Thank you for telling me that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this stuff out and I'm going to do some of my essential oils. Okay, so we are going to put in here some Norwex Ultra Clean laundry detergent powder in here. It works great for cleaning stuff off. You literally don't even need that much. I'm going to put warm water. I probably added even too much. It's like you get a bag of that stuff. It's laundry detergent. It's Norwex Ultra Clean laundry detergent. But you'll have it forever if you don't use it for laundry. If you use it for, even laundry to last because you only use literally like a tiny tablespoon. So it's such a small amount. In my head, I'm like, you need more. It's heading. So I'm gonna add for smell because this is amazing. Pink lemonade. Oh my goodness, these were such a great find at Aldi. A couple months ago, they had lemonade, pink lemonade. They were so good. And that is like a game changer for making stuff smell good. It's nothing to do with, I don't really care about the essential oil part of it, but it's just that it's just such a good scent. So when I wipe off my kitchen counters, I can spray it down and have wonderful this. So I'm gonna put the lid on this and mix it up here. Okay. Oh, that smells so good. Pink lemonade is amazing. Okay, this is gonna be used to wipe my countertops. Thank you, Heather, for your awesome ideas always. She's my good friend on here. She's a great family, lots of boys, and just a good friend. And so I love all her little tips. She's like, just put some in a spray bottle. I'm like, I know. I think before I did that in the mountains, but I think I put vinegar in there. I'm pretty sure. No, I'm sure I did because it kind of like expanded and exploded. And I'm like, why did it do that? Pretty sure I had vinegar. So this is gonna wipe up my counters in just a minute here. Wash these dishes. Is that it? Yes. Like great for this, right? I feel like I should be out here more, but I know I don't. I need to do other things. So let me take a break here and then we will wipe this off with the stuff and then I'll see what else we do. All right, so we've been doing our chores, getting things done. So I'm gonna make an afternoon coffee here. So one of my viewers said she got a Slushy machine. She wanted to know how I did it. This is how I do it. I get this right here, Cafe Bustelo, because it's good, and water. Make yourself a good instant coffee. Good and strong. Stir it. I'm all about taste. So I say, what do you like for taste? So I'm gonna do, it's pretty strong. Come here. And then sugar.
No,
You just want to add the sweetener, and then all you're gonna do is add half and half to this. Coffee. And right there, that's it. And then I'm gonna put it in my slushy machine, and it'll turn into, girls are just staring at me all the time. I'm like looking at the camera, the girls are looking at me, they're like, coffee. Go put it in the slushy machine and we'll have the slushy coffee. Okay, slushy machine. Make sure it's shiny. Make sure this piece goes on correctly. Very simple. Close it and that's it. Open it up and pour your coffee in. So the great thing about the smaller one is that you can have a minimal amount. So I'm just past the line over here. That's it. I turn it on. I turn frappe and start. It'll do its thing. It'll beep when it's ready. That's it. You can even add everything right in here directly. You can literally open this up. I would dissolve you don't even have to dissolve. You could put everything in there with your coffee, but you know, like a step right here. Even sugar, it said in the recipe, you can just add granulated sugar. I haven't done it yet. I don't know why I make the syrup. I should just try it and save myself some steps. Thank you myself here. Kids are doing their vacuuming. I'm gonna wipe the counter off now that everything's put away. This is my Norwex powder and stuff, so it's gonna make it smell so great. Let's see. That's gonna be nice. It's not gonna be too slippery, but it's gonna have that nice essential oils. I like it. Okay, good. So we're getting all of our extra chores done. Tomorrow we have a busy day. I like that, perfect. And then we're gonna sit and do school, get that part of life done. I've been doing some editing already. And then we'll be working on my regular video for the day and finishing up dinner, waiting for coffee, call it a great day. I actually stopped it before, look at it, that's perfect. That's like, look at how much I got back. Okay, so that's it. So look at, I got 2 cups out of the 2 cups that I added in there. So this is good. It's like a Tim Horton ice cap. That's the way I like it personally. There's a lot, like I said, I've seen the recipe book that came with this. It mentioned doing just coffee with sugar, like granulated sugar, and then your creamer or whatever. So, but this is my absolute favorite. This to me tastes like a Tim Horton. So this is good. Okay, we're sitting down, we're going through and doing questions and all those fun things, and it's good. So I'll be back in a little bit. All right, so it's been a good afternoon. I've been editing upstairs today's video. This is going in the oven, and this, we're gonna let that cook. I've got this to do here. Which one is it? I always turn the wrong burner on. The wrong one, this one. They're labeled, you think I'd see it. Okay, we're just gonna let this heat up here. I'll keep the lid on for a minute, and I'll use the immersion blender. This is gonna be the gravy in here. This is the rice. Stuff's in the oven. I'm excited for the pie. That's probably my most excited thing to look forward to eating. The key lime pie and the chocolate pie. This is already done in here. It's been cooking all day. This will be delicious. So we'll have this. We'll have the chimichanga with the gravy. That has been a good Thursday. It's a good Thursday getting what I need to get done. About 3 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna turn these on because we're gonna have to eat so I can finish and we can have the door this evening. So good day. Okay, the one thing I forgot to do was make some, I was gonna make some whipping cream, like from heavy whipping cream. But I'm gonna put sugar in here. Last time I used the immersion blender and it worked really well. So I'm gonna do that and then I can use that for my gravy. So let me just pour some of this in here and we will whip it up. Okay, the last time I did this, I did it in a jar. It seemed like it worked great. I'm not loving it in here. I'm gonna go get my mixer. I know it's one more step, but I feel like it'll whip it up way nicer. Okay, let's do the mixer. The mixer will do a great job. I know the amount you make is not as much as the cost of it. Like this was $5. I probably did a third of it, so you can get Kuwait for $1. I know it's not healthy, so this at least is, you know, regular stuff. So I'll put this in the refrigerator, then just put a dollop on their pie. Okay, the chimichanga gravy is done. It's a little spice because it's got the jalapeno, but that'll be perfect to put over top of them. Those are in the oven. This is not, it's almost there yet. Give me a little bit of bacon in there to do, so it's gonna be a good dinner. Okay, dinner is done. Let me show you what it looks like when you put it out on a plate to eat. Let me get all my stuff out here. So this is good. I have them crispy because I put them on the crispy setting. They'll be delicious. And it was super hot, so this is good. Right here, the gravy, delicious with rice. Simple, easy dinner. We'll dish out dessert and lunch. Now how that is. Look at that, it actually came out good. Okay, I didn't do the pie, chocolate pie, because I know it's gonna be delicious. Save that for the kids. I wanted to try the key lime pie. It cut very nice, and I feel like it's nice and thick, so we'll see. Okay, to me, it's just creamy, limey pie. Good, the texture's nice because it's a little bit thicker. I like that. The crust is very good with the nuts in that. That is a winner right there, so. Okay, good. Is everybody gonna love it? They're probably gonna be like, ooh, lime. But very good for having it. Chocolate pudding, that's delicious. That always turns out really good. So I would definitely do this with the nut crust again. I think it's a good. So this is it. The chimichangas are good. We got the guamkis in there. Dessert, it's been a good day. So you have a fantastic rest of your day. Come back tomorrow, we'll do some more. All right, see ya. Bye.